Hello, everyone. It is Travel Tuesday, and we are doing our third segment in TOC Town with Lady Nick and
Woohoo!
Ava. Well, I actually have the privilege of taking the lead of this particular segment, and we're going to talk about holiday travel. How about holiday travel? Lady Nick, have you ever had just a wonderful shopping experience during the holidays?
Yes, I have. Actually, 1 year I was prompted, I think it was close to holidays, and I love to give gifts like to my postman and, civil servant people who
Oh,
service the neighborhood. So 1 year I said, you know what, I'm going to get a canister and fill it up with chocolate and go out and about and just say, thank you for what you do in the community. Well, I
oh,
went with Pastor Rosalind one time and we like hit Hobby Lobby. We went to
wow,
Joann Fabrics. I mean, when we even looked at each other like, are you kidding me? Everything was 50 and 60% off,
wow.
off the sale price. So
Okay,
it's one of those moments like you're glad when you're prompted to go ahead and go shopping that you do it
sure.
because the deals are out there.
Yes, they are definitely out there. And how creative is that? Going to give gifts to the service people. But just think about this after that full day, Lady Nick, wouldn't it have been nice to just go downtown Chicago or
Yes.
maybe if you were by a mall area and find a special on a beautiful high rise hotel site and just stay overnight, kick back, jump in the pool, and then get up the next morning and do it again?
I think what I've done in the past is like Pheasant Run has weekend deals in St. Charles.
Oh,
And right, and not only the holidays, but we'll take a weekend, right after the holidays because they still have specials, for people who are on business trips and, once the business season is over, we want to take a break for ourselves. And
sure.
they have an indoor pool already there. We stayed in one of
Yeah,
the
they
rooms
just
that had just
upgraded
gotten
too.
gotten upgraded too, and it was just
Yeah.
a wonderful weekend. Wonderful weekend.
You know what, Lady Nick? I'm finding even on our travel sites that uh, near the malls, there's a new mall in Rosemont, Illinois. I believe it's called Fashion Mall. And then even by Woodfield Mall or Stratford Mall or whatever mall, do you know they're running hotel deals for like under $80 a night?
Really? Oh, see.
Yes, yes, really. And I think that, sometimes if it's not just families, but sometimes I think the ladies need to get out, plan, a Friday after work session, meet up, or even Saturday and stay till Sunday. Just make a full day of Saturday, go to the hotel, kick your feet up, swim, do whatever, talk, chat, talk about deals. And then Sunday morning, get up, go to breakfast, and then go shopping again or go home. But I think that's a way that you can enjoy the best of the holidays if you're a shopper.
You know what? Because I was thinking that too. Even if you're in a small business like we are, you know,
Hmm.
being in fashion, this is their big season. So there's models
Sure.
looking for, clothing, not just to model, but for to conduct business with. So
Right.
that would be knowing that you can get a deal for $80 a night on a weekend.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you have a modeling team, I know coaches, they can take their
Wow.
team to a weekend getaway. That is a great way to unwind and get to know
Yeah.
your people that you're working with. Because a lot of time in the holidays, you have a lot of coming here, going there,
Yeah.
just communication back and forth and miscommunication
Right.
too. So I think a weekend getaway, like you're saying, for
Hmm.
$80 a night will be a perfect gift to yourself.
I think so too.
You
And
know?
sometimes you just need to just breathe, enjoy the lights, enjoy the weather, enjoy the snow if you're in an area where there's snow, and just take that moment out for yourself. While you were talking, I was thinking about sometimes there are people that are mentors to young girls or young boys, and you can get a hotel room, and depending on the mentor,
Mhm.
and just have a overnight sleeping party, a party.
I think so. I think I know what you're talking about because a lot of times, I was just thinking before we got on our podcast, Sister Studley, going back to the ACOG days,
Yeah.
took us to California Springs one day,
Wow.
and it was mine. I think that was the first time when I saw the mountains. I fell in love with mountains.
Oh, how
Right. So
beautiful.
it's like that moment. Even they had like cockatoo birds right there in the hotel.
Wow.
Right. So
Wow.
like you're saying, she wasn't my direct mentor, but she was definitely an influential person in my life, and she took a group of us,
Hmm.
men and women, and you just got a room buddy with you, and we had a room looking straight out at a huge mountain right in front of us. So
Oh,
for
that's
me, you
wonderful.
see what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
mentally a game changer for me to know that, like right here in the US, you have
Hmm.
places that you can go which are warm and very comforting and
Sure.
beautiful in color.
Yeah, you can actually go to Embassy Suites or like the
Mhm.
Hyatt Place. You're guaranteed a free breakfast. It's definitely a high step above a continental breakfast, because they'll have like pancakes and egg muffin sandwiches, um, and you could just spend your day like that.
And I think too, I'm so glad that we have this podcast because one of the things is that not only do we want to encourage small business owners, but we want
Sure.
to encourage other travel agents because just talking about the deals, puts you in a mind frame of, hey, I have this in my, treasure trove to
Right.
offer my clients. We're
Yes.
looking to expand our team. So if anyone's listening and you're the event planner of the family, or of your small business or even corporate team, we'd love to have you on our team coordinating events with us for the holidays,
Oh,
other
most
special
definitely.
events. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember Lady Nick being with you, and we didn't realize that it was going to be a huge snowstorm. But yet, we went downtown, we went to the water tower place. And where's that place that we ate at where we could choose either soul food, Italian food? Uh,
Oh, you got me again. I
I
forgot.
forget.
It was I remember that it's clear as day. It's like either on the fourth or the fifth floor. You got
Yeah, it was a
several.
cafe up there. But
Right.
yet, even in that one day, in those few hours, I felt like I was having a staycation adventure
Oh
with
yeah.
Lady Nick.
We're going to include the link below in our podcast. So even though we don't know it right now, we definitely will have the link for the restaurant. If you're looking for a restaurant in Chicago, it's the Water Tower Place, downtown.
Yeah, and that was exciting. Even though the snow was a mess, it was
A
still
hot
beautiful.
mess. Oh my god. I had never, and mind you, you know how like we're raised in Chicago.
Yes.
So we're used to storms. It's nothing new. And so my thought that morning is like, yeah, we are going out there. We're Chicagoans. We're Midwestern girls.
Right, we
Snow
can do
doesn't stop
this.
us. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
it was the
I
worst.
I came home looking like the abominable snowman. Snow woman.
Right, right. And then not to mention all the places in Hyde Park that we're able to
Yes.
go to. And, you introduced me to a Mediterranean restaurant in
It's
Hyde Park.
called Cedars. See, I
Yeah.
didn't have the name last time, but I have the name this time.
And you know what's awesome? That is a part of travel.
Mhm.
Traveling, within, your own town where you grew up. Well, you a little different.
I know, right? I was like, we have to go to another continent.
Yeah, but you don't have to be limited to
No,
what's in
you
just
don't.
what's in front of you. You could probably drive 15 minutes away from your home and be in a town, that's of a whole nother culture. So I love that. I love that
Oh
about
yeah,
life. And I love that travel, we could talk about travel all day long.
I know, right? But right now we
Yep.
have to close out this session. So why don't you go ahead and close us out?
All right. Well, Lady Nick, I'm excited. This is Travel Tuesday, but I look forward to the next Travel Tuesday so I could just enjoy uh, envisioning what we could do in the future and also some of the things that we've done together, in the past and how we can expand our thinking and our vision more and more.
See you next week.
See you next week.